What is going on, y'all? Happy Sunday. Back here with you. Spectate some more of this KvK. 1093, 2605. The G4s. And, of course, 1093. Got some new emojis in the chat to play with. We've got the pew pew. We've got the murder ball. Got the pineapple pizza just for Callow. Let's take a look at the map. As I predicted yesterday, this corner here is what 960 was after. They wanted to secure territory behind the river. They still got some cleanup to do up top here. I think that's kind of where they're trying to focus today. But 93 has got a massive online presence at the moment. So, does 960 get pushed back? Do they maintain this position? We will see. Turn off simplified graphics because the PC can handle it. Have some fun. Mad Mania, no 6 hours again today. What's up, Stone Cold Cheech? Only Farmer is in the house. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way in, please. I greatly appreciate it. Really tired today. I don't know why. But 93 is in here trying to clear the field, I assume, so they can get a rally on this flag that's half that's repairing. Just what 93 does, right? They push in, they clear the field, they pop the anchor, they rally the flag. Morning, Zlor. You must be over in New Zealand, huh? Well, maybe. I guess it's just barely afternoon here. Yesterday, after MGE ended, we did get, what's his name, Lapu Lapu? Yep, there we go. 2111. Level 60, though, I OCD, I gotta have all my commanders level 60. Hopefully that 7K spring event comes soon. Could really use the goldies. What's up, Captain? Texas, good afternoon. And Chalky's here even. Good day. So yesterday, early morning U.S. my time when we were watching, 1960 was just having their way with 1093. Today, the shoe appears to be on the other foot. Pretty much all of these are 1093 marches. You gotta take your hats off to both of these kingdoms. I mean, my God. They've been going at it non-stop for, what is this, day 6 now? Did coalition power? I haven't checked. Where are we? Alliance, coalition. I don't know what it was at yesterday, but yeah, I saw that. I saw that Leopard's going to pop a training buff tomorrow so that they can all train troops back again. You guys are going to have to tell me what these were at when the KvK started, because I'm not keeping track. And Sasha, good to see you. Let's take a look at the map. Let's take a look where flags are touching. Right? There's no burn here, no burn here. This 1960 flag is repairing. This flag just got burned. That said repairing, but it looked, well, I don't see a little yellow bar on it, but graphics glitch maybe. Cayman, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate you. Take a look at where 2605 is touching 1960. Looks like they're going for this circle of nature in 21 hours. Did I say 2160? 2605? Down here, there's been a little bit of fighting as well. The G4s are burning 1093. They are spread all over here, preventing teleports. Take a while to get to these three forts and potentially get through Pass 8, but that could be interesting. I don't think 93 is too worried. Up on top here though, is this 1093? $30.34. This is who? $16.31. So they've got the level 5 pass, but they're not doing anything with it. I really don't see the topside G4 camp doing much of anything. '93 just keeps rebuilding these again and again and again and again. I don't see 2605 putting any pressure on 93 on the top at the present time. I don't see them trying to take this level 7 pass away from 93. Their sole purpose is to, I think, in my opinion, not let 1960 win. We will see 1960 for the first time zero. Time will tell. I mean, this KvK is not over yet. Train troops to face 2605. They'll keep fighting until they have nothing left. Nothing left to give. Redline said this himself on his live stream, so. Yeah, 93 is doing what 1960 did yesterday, just being methodical, moving from flag to flag to flag, keeping them lit. This one's next, I assume. I mean, that's what makes 93 one of the best kingdoms in the game, right? If you're not on board with their plan, with their strategy, if you're off in a corner dueling, if you're doing barbs right now while the fighting's taking place, if you're not here fighting, if you're not moving with the group, if you're not fighting for objectives, you're off chasing easy kills, you're not going to stay in 1093 long. That's what makes them one of the best kingdoms in the game, is everybody in that kingdom is on board with their philosophy and follows orders, follows direction, understands what they're doing, and does what they need to do. I would maybe throw, what's Appos Kingdom? What is it, 2429 into that mix too? Texas? 2489 possibly? $1188 is another super solid kingdom. 1846. We'll see how they do this KvK. I mean, there's about 10 to 12 really good A-seed Imperium kingdoms out there. Anytime they match up against each other, you know it's going to be a battle. Yeah, Baba, Foe, 2489. After that message from Fish, 93 got even more motivated. It's possible, right? It's possible. Like we're seeing in this KvK, though, you can call it a free-for-all, but it's always going to be accusations of backdoor deals. Captain Sinkfa said it best a week ago, right? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And while you may not have an agreement with them, you kind of let them do their thing and don't interfere as long as they're not fucking with you. So Blackout, the message I think that he is referring to is the message from the King of 1960 saying they were going to pop a training buff tomorrow, and everybody needed to train troops so that they could continue the fight. This guy with his towers, I absolutely love it. Yeah, 960 was going crazy yesterday. They were going crazy early this morning, about, what was that? 8-9 hours ago. When I woke up this morning. So yesterday, 1960, this is about what they had yesterday. This little corner here in between the rivers this little corner was blue still yesterday. Went to bed. Woke up this morning and 93 had built, maybe one or two tiles past this river. So 1960 has pushed them back. Now 93's got the uptime. I think the key for 1960 was getting the blue territory out of this corner by this river. Because now to burn any of these flags down here, 93 has to come across the river crossing here, and there's one here as well. Right? So to burn any of these flags, they got to go through a river crossing, a choke point. I think next is important for 1960 to get this territory back on top here. Right? And then keep matriculating the territory down the field. I think Hank Stram once said. Anything's possible yet. Anything is possible. What's up, Bertus? Bird is the word. Lee, how's it going? Yeah, fighting over rivers is a pain. Yeah, they did, but they completely lost this bottom at one point too. Right? So we will see. Redline, thank you for the birthday wishes. I will remember that in September when it is my birthday, but thank you, sir. I mean, you all want to see how hard 1960's been fighting. You just watch one of Redline's streams and look at the bags under his eyes. He looks about 10 years older. Maybe that's the baby, though, too, but... Because kids have a way of aging you. It's not my birthday till September. Redline coming through with the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate that, Red. If you got a gifted membership from Redline, be sure and tell the man thank you. Very generous. The Blackout, Bird is the word. Lee, Ritz, BG. So here's the story behind birthdays, right? Because if you look at my command for Redline here, it says go subscribe to his channel and wish him a happy birthday. There was one stream that John Wick was doing. And John Wick had to step away. This was Wick Gaming, right? John Wick had to step away for a minute. So Redline and I started spamming in John Wick's chat, happy birthday, John. And John came back to the stream after he used the bathroom or whatever he was doing. Came back to the stream to about 150 people in chat wishing him a happy birthday. And he was so confused. It was freaking hilarious. So ever since then, whenever I go into Redline's chat, whenever he pops in here, it's happy birthday. Hey, Redline knows the door is open if he ever wants to come to 1029 and not necessarily retire, but, you know, fighting in a D seat is much different than fighting in a Super Imperium. You get some good fights when the pass is open, then it's kind of chill until the next pass opens. Redline knows he's more than welcome here. Yeah, that's what it looks like, Shadow the Bull. Once those G4s start pushing the passes in the south, they're going to have to go down there and deal with that. My assumption is as soon as 2605 sees them pushing down there, they're going to start pushing on 1960, and 1960 will have to go deal with that. So, good call out. What's up, Hubs? $10.29 provide daycare. I don't know if you'd want anyone in 1029 taking care of your child. If I did, your child would come home dressed in a Packer onesie, and the first words they say would be "Go Pack, go." But we can certainly have a conversation about the benefits package. Thank you. That's 69 likes in a mere 24 minutes. Y'all kick some butt. Next poll question is up. Should pineapple pizza be banned in Italy? We have Hubsy for daycare. Sometimes it feels like diplomacy between kingdoms is a fucking daycare. I have been summoned. See, Mr. Pineapple Pizza, you're not a member, but you've got an emoji here now, too. Just look at all the troops for 93 pouring into this murder ball. Lee says he has pizza on the pineapple. Diplomacy is, I need a KvK off from diplomacy, please. Not that our allies in our own camp, this KvK, were problematic. It's just, a lot to coordinate. And granted, the bulk of the diplomacy I did was at the beginning to get allies arranged, and then at the end, to make the deals with the other camps that were surrendering and talk with our allied camp and figure out final rewards. But I didn't say it was bad, Ray. Yeah, it's a free-for-all. You're free to attack whoever you want, whenever you want, right? Take advantage of the situation. If the person that you border territory with is off in the other side of their territory fighting somebody else, absolutely take advantage of that. Nobody here, at least me, I'm not saying that they're doing anything wrong. So you don't hear me hating on it. All I said is once the G4s start attacking 93 and 93 has to go and deal with that, more than likely 2605 will start putting more pressure on 1960 as well, to be expected. What's at 782, 650? We'll take a look. Oh, you should probably know your allies going into Lost Kingdom. Pre-KvK means nothing. People who think pre-KvK means something haven't played this game long enough. KvK 1, KvK 2, early kingdoms is when generally people are, oh, we gotta win pre-KvK, but I can't tell you the last pre-KvK that we've won. We like that March speed, that 5th place I think it is, right? I don't think they're allies, K9 Daddy. I just think they're taking advantage of the situation. You know, and granted, I haven't seen 1960 and G4s attack each other. They had G4s had a marker up, don't attack 1960, when 1960 was trying to get 93 out of that zone. But again, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And if it's going to benefit you not to attack 1960 and let 1960 deal with 93, hey, make yourself scarce. Let them do their thing, right? Tang, that's what I heard. I heard that there were a couple of kingdoms in that KvK that were not even going to come out and fight. So, you know, it is what it is. That happens. I mean, we have had KvKs where the enemy wouldn't fight us at all, because they thought it was imbalanced and unfair. Specifically in a King of the Nile. I mean, literally, they didn't fight us. Not once. Not once. Yeah, 2049 and 1365, they'll probably just have to duke it out in Kingsland to see who gets the zig at the end, right? Well, C and D kingdoms having a lot of kingdoms in a KvK, yeah, it makes it's problems for diplomacy. At the same time, I think what's going to kill C and D kingdoms is having these second, third, fourth domains of these really big kingdoms in their KvK, because those are not the top tier players. Those players don't have the rally leads, the garrison captains. They're probably just there to farm, because they're the second domain, the third domain, the fourth domain of 1093, 1960, 2605, 1846, you know, whoever, right? I think that's what's going to hurt C and D KvKs in the future, is having those domains that do not have top tier players in them just farming in the camp and potentially doing nothing. Someone in one of the streams told me that 2605's second domain is going to get a star this KvK. They got carried the entire KvK. So they're going to get a star, but the main alliances in 2605 are not. So it doesn't sit well with me. If you're going to limit the number of players in a KvK, don't send the farms, don't send the other players into another KvK where they do absolutely nothing. I would imagine they still have resources to build flags, Peyton. If I was offered to take part in this KvK, I would decline it. It's much more fun for me to watch it. I like playing in my kingdom. 1846 new guy seems to be crying a lot. Facebook is Facebook. The thing about Facebook is every single kingdom that's on there will spin the narrative to try and sway public opinion. And at the end of the day, who cares what everyone else thinks? You got to do what's best for your kingdom. And if people in the kingdom don't feel like the king is doing what's best for their kingdom, then, it's on them. Get the fuck out. I agree with the domain thing being poor, but we have 6. Yesterday, Resin Cortex said on Plato's podcast, the other camps started Diplo talk, and they said, we don't care. We don't play this kid. Yeah, see? That's what's going to hurt these C&D KvKs in the future. And I said that last week, too. What's up, Lefty? Chilsey, we have a 1365 second domain in our KvK, but they aren't fighting. Exactly. I mean, if you're going to do that, then just take the top 800 into a KvK, make the other people sit out. If you really want to kill Super Imperium Kingdoms, that's how you do it. I mean, our KvK was a Tides of War. We had 3 camps with 6 kingdoms, and there was 1 camp with 9 kingdoms. So we had 27. And that sucks. That sucks when you have 6 kingdoms in a single camp. The maximum in a camp should be 5, because that's the most you can have in a coalition at the end. So 1 kingdom is getting screwed, right? .1093 is, they're quite active at the moment. Quite active. Who cares what Ruz says? Important things are said here like burn stinky. Fucking hell, 14 billion of each resource. Yeah, Leo, I'm sick of farming. I'm letting 6 of my farm accounts go to the cloud. So I'm going to have 2 farm accounts on this main account, and then I have to keep logging into 2 other farm accounts that are on different email addresses because there are R5s of some of the various shells in our kingdom. So I'll be down to 4 in 30 days. Hi, Bianca. Hey, some people's taste buds have not developed to a level yet where they understand pineapple pizza is garbage. If Lilith replaced KvK with a clan war. See, what I would like to see is something like that. Right? Where you can offer to battle another kingdom. Maybe it's shorter than 50 days. Right? Maybe it's a 2-week time frame, a 3-week time frame. Smaller map, 1 versus 1. or 2 versus 2, whatever the case may be. But throwing 27, 29, 30 kingdoms in a KvK and putting more than 5 in a single camp is utterly ridiculous. Now, sure, maybe those future KvKs will have many of the domain kingdoms in them, and they just won't be in the main 5 coalition at the end. Who knows? Yeah, K9, I never really played on 10 farms. You know, the main account, of course, and then my biggest farm I would do some events on. But the other 9 farms I had, I just went through and sent out farmers. I didn't do anything but send out farmers. You know, 3 times a day, go through, send out farmers. Make sure that they were in the Alliance resource pits when I woke up in the morning, when I went to bed. Seven A kingdoms, 5 B kingdoms, 4 C kingdoms. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. What's up, AG? Fishy Tishy KvK should be shorter. 50 days is quite a long time, but I understand why they do it. Off-season does suck, but I mean, you need it. You do. You really do. The thing that I wish Lilith would do is, okay, after you play KvK 1, you know, maybe make those level 6, 7, 8, and 9 barbed forts available in the home kingdom then. Then after KvK 2, you make those level barbed forts available in the home kingdom. Because for a kingdom as old as ours, to still only have level 5 barbed forts, ridiculous. Once kingdoms get into Season of Conquest and participate and go through 1 or 2 Season of Conquests, you know, make those barbarians available in the home kingdom as well. Maybe make the highest level barbs and the highest level barb forts, you know, the what is it, level 50, 55 barbs, level 15 barb forts. Maybe in the off season those give a handful of crystals, a dozen, two dozen crystals every time you attack them. You know, if you're outside of KvK and you don't have KvK tech to take down a level 15 fort, you're going to need to do more than 1+1 fort rallies. You know, you cannot barb chain at level 55 barbs with no KvK tech. It's very, very difficult. You know, and if that gives people an incentive to then log on during the off season and grind crystals so that they can go into KvK with a number of crystals to start off their crystal tech, I think that would benefit free-to-play players. You're still going to have your whales that are spending on the daily crystal packs. You're still going to have them spending on the Mountain Warfare packs. That won't change, trust me. But that would promote activity from the free-to-play and low spenders to try and gain a number of crystals so that they can go into KvK and make it a little more competitive for them. Just saying. That's just an idea I've had for 2 years. I will tell anyone who listens. I've sent it off multiple times to Lilith, but it's all about the money, right? They think if people can grind, and are not going to spend money, that's dumb, because then people with a longer off season can farm more. It's a catch-22, right? Do you take a longer off season so people can farm more crystals, which in turn potentially gets you less of the KvK equipment, less of the KvK rewards that are so valuable? I mean, the only place you can get iconic crystals is in KvK. The only place you can get some of the blueprints is in KvK. So if you're skipping 3 times every single time you're outside of KvK, you're going to be doing yourself a disservice, because your players are not going to be able to fight in KvK against kingdoms that are going in every other time. So I mean, it's a catch-22 there. I mean, if we weren't bringing in migrants after our KvK, I would say let's go in right away. Because I want those iconic crystals. I want more blueprints. Especially now that you can level up your equipment. You need those blueprints every KvK in order to compete. You know, the only place you can get the blue stone, I forget what they call it. The only place you can get this reset stone, the transmutation crystal, is in the Lost Kingdom. Right? So I want that. I want that. I want to go into as many KvKs as we possibly can as quickly as we can. But you got to consider the migrants that are coming into the kingdom and allow them time to farm resources and prepare as well. The free-to-play competitive standards went down with this domain update. If I can't bring my flag fillers versus a whale who doesn't take the time to have multiple accounts, I get it. I get it. I get it. But if you know, that's how they're trying to force people to go into lower seed kingdoms, and I think even out the levels between kingdoms. What's up, Ape? Amen. The Bears still suck. Who's pushing at the moment? I think 93. I think 93 has more of a field presence right now than 960 does. 960 flags are on fire, but you know. But I mean, if you're constantly doing KvK, that's going to hurt your free to play and your low spenders. So it's a catch-22, you know. You're not going to make everyone happy, but you got to find a balance. Yep, exactly, Tom. That's why there are some kingdoms who go in every single KvK, and every other KvK is a recovery KvK, and they don't do jack shit. I mean, once we're at a level where we have our migrants are ready, got 17 people confirmed coming in after this KvK. Still recruiting more, by the way, if you're in the Asian, New Zealand, Japanese, if you're in that area of the world and are looking for a kingdom to migrate to. Our migration opens in a little over 15 days, I think on the 15th of the month, give or take. Very interested, especially if you're a rally lead, a garrison captain. We need folks in that time zone to help. We're very aggressive in the European and American time zones. But when it comes to that Asian time zone, it's playing a lot of defense for a few hours every single night. So if we can be aggressive 24 hours a day, that would benefit the kingdom greatly. Glad I never recycled my wedge legendary armament, Horn of the North. Unstoppable, nice. European time zone, we're pretty well set on players, especially in that 60 to 90 million range. Now, if you've got an exceptional account, if you're insanely active and you're still looking to migrate, hit me up. We can certainly talk. Hit me up on my Discord. Link in the description. Hubs is still in 1029. Yes, sir. They need to implement a kingdom merge system. A system where C seeds and below can merge. Both parties have to agree. Random outlying players who don't want the merge can select another kingdom. That would, the logistics nightmare surrounding that would be just crazy. I mean, you know, I would not want to be part of those discussions, right? Who's going to lead the kingdom? Who's going to, you know, what territories are going to go to whom? What if I slide $5 to get in? Aloys, what's good, my friend? Good to see you. $167 people watching. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, I mean, kingdoms can merge now, right? I've been approached multiple times, every single month. I will get a message from some other, you know, C seed, low B seed kingdom wanting our players to migrate there, but it just, you know, it's funny when alliances or when kingdoms with no stars on their banner reach out and say, "Hey, come, you know, bring all your players to our kingdom." It's like, yeah, we've kind of worked hard to get where we're at here. No, thank you. Feet pick soon? You'll have to ask Only Farmer. Only Farmer owes you feet picks. What's up, Toots? Tom, thank you for the subscription. A lot of times the alerts don't pop off when people subscribe, so everyone who's new here who just subscribed today, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Don't forget to hit that like button, though. You know, I mean, the thing with a low seed, I love playing in a low seed kingdom. Mainly because we're all friends here. You know, there's no drama. Apple likes it when you ask him for feed picks. Well, there you go. Ask Apocalypse for some feed picks then. Absolutely. Agreed, K9. Stars don't necessarily mean they are good kingdoms. $100 likes, says Cheech. You guys know what that means. If you've been on my streams before, you know exactly what that means. I'm gonna go broke though doing these weekend streams earlier in the day because we're consistently hitting 100 likes. AG, K9, Pete Rocks, Toots, and Bender. Welcome to the Touchdown Club. New members can link their YouTube with their Discord account. You have access to the Touchdown Club now in my Discord server. In addition, you can use all the cool emojis YouTube provides. Yeah. Down in this section down here, Aloys. Yep. I imagine 93 will soon need to go down there and deal with that situation. Based on where the fighting is taking place now, it looks like 960 is starting to get some control here. Then again, I could be completely off base with that. It's hard to tell when all the marches have the white names. Warpath, what about new matchmaking based more on KP plus power than just power? So it's my understanding that matchmaking now, they look at power, They look at kills, and they look at stars on a banner. Yeah, 100 likes in 50 minutes. Doing quite well. I agree, Abe. Thank you all for all the likes. 93 still dominated the open field. Yep, it looks like they did. I mean, this is their active time, right? If we look at the flags, that one's repairing. That one's repairing. Peyton, welcome to the Touchdown Club. Appreciate your membership. Thank you very much. So, you know, overnight, 93 pushed in about a tile past the river. You know, and they had some blue tiles here in this little corner here in between these rivers. 1960 has since pushed them back across the east side of the river, excuse me, the west to the west side of the river. Pushed them out of this little corner down here. I would imagine that 960 is next going to try and gain control of the east side of this river up here again. But they cannot forget this south section here, right? I mean, 93, and I'm not a territory guy, but I don't understand why they haven't just, during their uptime, full focus down here. Because if they push straight up, they cut all the territory. You know, I don't understand why all the fighting is taking place on this left side. Whereas if they just, you know, kept pushing straight up, they'd cut them all off. But then again, like I said, I'm not a territory guy. What the fuck? Peyton, you're crazy. I truly appreciate that, but my goodness. You know how you can sell that resources for $2K and buy a cheeseburger and a Coke? My goodness. 20 people just got gifted memberships in the channel. Peyton, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you got a gifted membership for Peyton, please be sure and thank them. What's up, Dracul? MF did stop playing. He retired a couple of KvKs ago. His account is now in the hands of Fluffy Pony, who took it to 2605. We'll pause a second for MF. Piltong is over on that south side, so they don't want to hit those. Appreciate that, Peyton. Once again, appreciate that, yeah. So, yeah, TSN MF was a player started in 1369. He was up to 700 million power, one of the first to get 100 million deads, 20 billion kill points, had pretty much every commander in the game expertise at one point in time. Every meta set that you could imagine. I have several videos going through his account. Played with us in 1029. Long period of time. Great man, great human being. The most selfless player I've ever played the game with, and one of the best fighters I've ever played the game with, if not the best. So it was a sad day when he retired from the game, but he is a good friend. As long as he is happy, that's what matters most. What's up, Mad Mania? The history of the TSN group, please? I don't know the full history. I came to 1029 after they had migrated here out of 1369. You I know they bounced around for a couple of kingdoms, but finally they settled here in 1029, and a lot of the OG TSN players are gone. Flipper and Bulgogi and Cat and Mavic have retired, and Stitch is currently playing in another kingdom right now. TSN originally stood for 369. I like to think of it more as the Swarm Nation, because we swarm pretty much everything. So I came to 1029 after the first season of Conquest Heroic Anthem. I was in 1052. 1052 and 1029 were in the same camp. I was hanging out on Discord with MF and Cat and Reaper and Mavic and those guys a heck of a lot more than I was hanging out on Discord with 1052, because 1052 Discord, you got 300 people in there. You're not allowed to talk. What's up, Brad? So I was hanging out with these guys in 1029, and I had asked MF after the KvK. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm looking for a change. Can I migrate to 1029? MF said no. I respect that. The man says no. I'm not going to get down on my hands and knees and beg. I'm not going to bug the shit out of him. So I respect that. I was ready to go to 1307. Then a day later, he came back and said, well, why don't you jump on Discord? Let's have a conversation. So I jumped on Discord, and they invited me here, and the rest is history. The originals are gone, and now he has to deal with me, poor Lambo. No, Captain, you and the group that came with you from 2444, it has been my pleasure. My pleasure. Lambo, holla at me on Discord. Like, what do you mean? You send me a Discord message, let me know what you need, and I can certainly respond to it when I'm off stream. Bastion says pineapple pizza should be banned everywhere, not just Italy. So the thing with the TSN tags, right? I'm not OG TSN, So I'm hesitant to tell anyone that they can put the tags on, because I'm not OG. Which kingdom were you in then, Alloys? Were you in the kingdom with J1313 and Ticklefist? 1142, I think it was. I've told you to come. I mean, I've been inviting you to 1029 now for, how long have I been streaming? A year? Better late than never, right? That was a fun KvK. The first ever season of Conquest Heroic Anthem. Going against 1142, which had J1313, Ticklefist. And then Kingdom 1234. Who before that KvK was undefeated in KvK. And I will say this, right? Although 1052 and the OV Alliance was in the winning camp, I think 1029, MF, Reaper, those guys, I think if they were not paired with 1052, I think 1052 would have lost. Just being honest here. MF and the TSN crew that were in 1029 at that time, they carried that KvK. Will do, Brad. Can I show Redline's kill points? If I can find Redline. Do you know, is he in MX or is he in GT? And I don't have my bifocals on, so holler at me if I go past him. There we go. So 3 billion, right? 3 billion kill points. If he started at 22. That's not bad at all, especially when you got an infant. I mean, when you gotta do daddy duties, it takes away from a lot of time that you can play in the game. You know, 1029 would also be interested in recruiting a player that has these commanders maxed. I am seeing these archer towers being used to utter perfection in this KvK by both of these kingdoms. So if you're interested in getting those commanders done, coming to 1029, give me a call or hit me up on Discord. Oh yeah, Redline and his wife just had a baby, what, 2 months ago, 3 months ago? I offered to babysit for him, but Southern California is not even close to Wisconsin. And he knows damn well when that baby came back home, it would be wearing Green Bay Packers colors, not San Francisco 49er colors. 2,900 gold heads at the moment. Nice. I think I'm down to right around 600. How many gold heads are you sitting on now, Alloys? That's a lot of freaking marches. Good God. You think maybe 93 wants to get them out of Kingsland once and for all here? Do they have the Zig buffs now too? Sure do. Sure do. Plus 3% damage, minus 3% all damage taken. I'm surprised they don't have these. I mean, these are huge as well, right? Troop attack, 3%. Troop defense, 3%. Or do they have to wait for them to count down? March speed, 5%. Troop health, 3%. That's a huge advantage. Pure insanity here. I only have 2,575. I'm Max Lucci at Herman. I only have 2,500. Good God, man. Yeah, get those range commanders now. Those seem to be meta. What's up, Raz? Logic, maybe today is the day 960 get kicked out. People have been saying that for 2-3 days now. If I had that many gold heads on one of my farms, I would definitely go all in on those engineering commanders. If I could drop those somewhere on the map in a strategic location to shoot across a river or shoot over a mountain range, and then fight with 7 marches, 5, 6, 7 marches on my main at the same time. You know, like this guy here. Although he's 279 million power. That's crazy. Yep, exactly. I use YSS Sun Tzu on all my farms as garrison, just in case, right? Just in case. No, Jared, I do not ask for reports for the simple fact that I know what it's like. MYZ, thank you for the subscription. You know, I absolutely hate it when I am in KvK and get spammed. Report, please. Report, please. You know, if these guys want to share reports, I've seen many of them in the Fight Club. I'll check Fight Club for reports, but yeah, I'm not gonna ask for reports. A farm with no tag, it's better than nothing. I mean, if you're not fighting on that farm, if you can't actively fight open field with your farm, and you're just filling flags and filling rallies, you know, you might as well have a couple engineering marches to throw some archer towers up there. Yeah, every farm should have a couple city garrison commanders, just in case they get caught out of position, or if someone in the home kingdom decides to be an asshat. Um, 60 was looking good about 9 hours ago, but right now 93 is kind of dominating. '93 just did a crazy play. Yeah, I think that fort's on fire now, so they got 24 hours there. And these guys, in my opinion, okay, that's on fire, so they're probably building down and around this way too to try and cut them off a little bit, try and cut some of this territory off a little bit. I don't see anything going on top though with the G4s. Maybe I'm mistaken. Meanwhile, 2605 is poised to potentially take this circle away, this circle of nature, away from 1960. 20% AP recovery, though, that's not going to kill him. I maxed the 2 old engineering commanders on my farm. It was great fun. Says P-Men. Currently I'm a pilot for a whale account for $200 a month. It depends how many hours you're putting in. I mean, if you're putting in 40 hours a week, that's slavery. Send out more resource gathering marches. Your resources are looking low. Oh, thank you. I did have some come home here. Huh? Geeka says 60 didn't use any strategy, only headless chicken fights. So the one thing I would say, right, is part of the reason, and again, this is my opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Part of the reason that 93 has been able to push 960 during their uptime, more so than 960 has been able to push 93 in their downtime, is because 93 are experts in back building those flags. And I have not seen the same from 1960 overall. The top G4 camp? Okay. We'll go look there in a little while. But if you're having fun piloting somebody's account and you're getting a little bit of bread for it, you might as well do it, right? Yep, they 1960 sent out a mail that they're popping a training buff tomorrow, and everybody's training. So it'll be interesting to see. So visually beautiful, all those Zhu Gyros dropping. Yeah, I love the animation for Zhu Liang. What's up, Jake? Jake's been playing a bit of Overwatch lately. He plays on an actual competitive esports team for Overwatch with his college. So be sure and check out Jake the Dog. That's just crazy to me. Back when I was young like that, they didn't have esports. You set up your own leagues online and you just battled other teams. And for pride. You know, for nothing but pride. Who captured the Zig? 93. Think 60 is just farming kill points right now. They want to keep us on the edge. Don't believe you don't do. You do believe they're going to win, or don't believe they're going to win? Zenith is popping tomorrow. Is it? Zenith, as I understand it, is what was it? 5.5% AP recovery, -10 archer defense, +12 archer attack. Yeah, 93 has got an overwhelming field presence at the moment. How long are we going to be cooking today? Well, I mean, as long as we got the viewers here, we'll probably be going a few hours yet. Up until my wife calls me for dinner. Lord knows I'm not going to miss dinner. I have no idea when the 7K Gems event will pop. Hopefully soon. Yeah, that Zenith skin is not one I'm going for. I generally run 3 archer marches on the field, so -10% archer defense. No, thank you. What's for dinner tonight is chili. $2.29 watching. Let's hit that like button, says Cheech. I agree. I could not agree with that statement more. So my assumption is they have a timer on this flag and they know exactly when it can be repaired, and that's why 93 is all moving down here now. Yeah, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. We're well on our way to 3,000. Trying to catch Mr. Jake the Dog Games with number of subscribers here. Once we hit 3,000, Electro King said he is giving away a profile picture. He gave away a profile picture yesterday on the stream. We'll do it again when we hit 3,000. The Zenith profile picture frame is really good. I haven't seen it yet, or maybe I have and I haven't paid attention. Bro, you were slaying everything in my previous KvK. I was, personally. .93 downtime is worse than 960 downtime. It's just it's way shorter. I would agree with that statement as well. At this rate, you're gonna pass me. We're trying. We're trying. We're trying. I think, what did we get? Like 75 new subscribers yesterday, and today we're kicking it up there again. Do we let Matt out of the dungeon at 200 likes, or do we bully Jake? Nah, I don't bully Jake. But next time you're in Jake's stream, just ask him to show you the picture. He knows what picture I'm talking about. Ask him to show you the picture. Or last KvK we lost. This KvK we're winning, not getting the star. The last KvK we lost. It was the diplomacy last KvK inside of Earth Camp was absolute dog shit. Nobody could agree on anything, and nobody would listen to anything. If we put out a plan and people didn't agree with the plan, they just wouldn't execute anything. You know, the Turks didn't want to play nice with the Koreans didn't want to play nice with the Turks, and 1029 was kind of stuck in the middle. It was god awful. God awful. What's up, Luda? Did you get the toenails I sent you? 960 right now, they're on fire. And yeah, Rez, that last KvK, we were Earth Camp in Kingsland, fighting hard against the Wind Camp directly south of us in Kingsland. Wind was about 6 flags away from getting pushed out of Kingsland. And the 2 Korean kingdoms in our camp that previously told me Koreans don't sleep in Kingsland said, okay, we're going to bed, good night, and they fucking logged off. So at that point in time, it was, and water basically had fire out of Kingsland by that point in time. So it's like, oh, okay, 3 kingdoms versus 10. Yeah, this is not going to end well, and that's when we basically said, fuck it. You would have to ask Leopard, Vexus. Burning. Okay, yeah. 960 has flags burning. Not 960 is on fire like they're doing really, really well, right? Oh, Luda, you're awesome. You're awesome. This KvK is becoming boring to watch? I don't know. I mean, it's... Yeah, I can see where you would say that, right? Because it's basically the same thing. Day in and day out. One pushes during the other's downtime, the other pushes back. But it's... Hey, it's a lot of fighting. I'm still having fun. What's going to make it interesting is when those G4s can potentially take a pass from 93, or when 2605, thanks for the subscription, Gabriel, when 2605 can, potentially start taking stuff from 1960. Once 93 has to pay more attention to the G4s, and 60 has to pay more attention to 05, that's when it's going to get real interesting again. Leopard changing his name is fish trolling like usual. Nothing new. Wait, I'm Italian. Why is that question about pineapple pizza? So I got a good friend who plays in 1029, TSN Callow, who, whenever you mention pineapple pizza, I can't see him when I'm on voice, but I can see him in my head, and the steam just starts coming out of his ears and his face gets all red. I know many Italians do not like pineapple pizza, so we're just kind of trolling here with the poll question, that's all. Still need 2 more days for this to get spicy. Yeah, I mean, once those other kingdoms can start doing some damage and make these 2 kingdoms focus some of their efforts on them, that's when it will get spicy. Blasphemy, says Pineapple Pizza. What's up, fish? You never know who's lurking. Yeah, I mean, Cal is like, oh, Lambo, you come to Italy, I will make you some food. Real food. Not that cheap American shit that you eat over there. Body, yeah, what, couple of the GT players are down 500-600 million power, something crazy like that. Moonlight, what do you think about newer Imperium kingdoms? Time will tell. Time will tell. I think 2429 is a really strong new kingdom that people are going to watch out for. Especially if they're getting a migration in from, 1916? I don't know much about the kingdoms that are a whole heck of a lot newer than that in the 3000s. But many new kingdoms, they recruit a bunch of whales, and then as soon as they have one failure, it all falls apart. So the best Imperiums in my mind are Imperiums like 1093, like 1960, 1365. Those big kingdoms that, in a loss, not everybody jumps ship. I think sometimes losing a KvK is not necessarily a bad thing. You find out who is loyal to the kingdom and who is just there to soak up the rewards off of the hard work of others. Are the G4s even pushing down this way, though? I mean, I don't see anything on top that makes me even think that the G4s in this upper middle camp are any threat whatsoever to 93 at any point in time. So if they just built that fort there, sure, it might reconnect some of this territory, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, these 93 forts are burning, and yeah, that does connect this territory in yellow. And maybe as soon as this fort dies, they're gonna drop it behind the pass then too. Lord only knows. I'm not a territory guy. Oh no, they can't drop it behind the pass because that's Kingsland, right? Oh, these guys may get into Kingsland then sooner rather than later. Not always about the star or winning, in my opinion. As long as everyone has fun and puts up a good fight, you get some rewards. The star, I mean, let's be real, right? The star is cosmetic. What people want the zig at the end for is the Autric rewards. The bulk of those, go to the kingdom that controls the zig at the end. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow how much they gain. Zenith when? I couldn't tell you. Some people are saying it starts tonight. But, and hell, maybe that's why 960 is doing a training buff tomorrow. So this one's repairing one more burn, and I think that's gone. Yeah, 960 needs to push in here while they have the numbers. Sean says, I don't get why 2605 hasn't pushed to the other 960 pass. The path to their forts has been unblocked for 12 plus hours. Could be a quarter of the way through a fort right now. I don't even pretend to guess what leadership's thinking in many of these kingdoms. I'm not a territory guy. I'm going to be the first to admit that. I mean, it would be nice to see some new Imperium kingdoms out there. That said, if a kingdom like 3035 has a lot of native players there, it's going to be way behind some of these older Imperium kingdoms. Tyann, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate you. How are you guys viewing the battle looking from the Zoom screen so small? I don't understand the question, sorry. Yeah, 93, it's like an orchestra, the way they move around the field together. So this ball, yep, this ball, like I said, this ball is going over here to get a final burn on this flag. My guess is 960's probably got a rally on one of these flags, maybe? So Simon says Chisgull already explained why they're not attacking 1093. They're securing holy sites and moving to pass 8. I will be the first to admit I have not watched every second of Chisgull's streams. So if you're saying that's what he said, we'll take you at your word. Yep, here comes the 960 rally. At the same time, my assumption is that flag in the upper right hand section is being rallied by 1093. This one won't take long because they're swarming it. Yep, 93 got the burn on that one. And now they're coming back to do this one. Wouldn't it be funny, though, if 2605 pushes in? I mean, you're never going to drain 1960. Let's be real here. And 93, if they're still fighting after 5 days like they're fighting now, I don't know that you can drain them either. Straight swarm on that flag. $60 moving down to this flag now. Oh, they just tapped it. See what was in it. Wait for the big dogs to come. And they said, fuck it, let's leave this one alone and go for this one down here. See what's in there. '93's coming. Holy shit. Holy shit. They're taking the long way around. There's the map, sir. I mean, in order for 2605 to get into Kingsland, they got to go through a level 8 pass, right? And you got forts protecting this pass. They might be able to get in here, but they got to get through these forts first. I don't see it. And maybe I'm missing it again. I'm not a map guy. I don't see a clear path into Kingsland for 2605. Yeah, they're close. They're close to that pass 8 Giga, but they still got to get through forts to go through it. You guys just playing ring around the rosy here, right? A lot of these 93 marches were just up north burning the flag up there, and then they came all the way down by the river, all the way under the river. I love it. I love it. 60's going to give them that pass? I don't see that happening. Okay, so I see what you're saying, right? They could take out these flags and drop a flag to touch this pass. That would benefit 60, right? Because that's the 93 pass. So if 2605 does come in down here, they're attacking 93. Which takes fighters from 93 fighting 960 away from the top, moves them to the bottom. That benefits 960. But I mean, who's to say if 93 just doesn't let them free burn that territory? 2605 doesn't make a beeline for 960. I mean, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. We've been saying that all stream, right? But at the same time, I think there's some bad blood between 960 and 2605. If they're out of crystals, it does make it hard to build, right? I mean, every flag you build costs more and more and more. I don't know their storehouse situation. Michael Shaw says we're just going to take 93's pass and send nonstop murder balls into 1960. And like I said, there's some bad blood there. We'll see. That's what's going to make this KvK interesting in the next few days. What does 2605 do? What do the G4s do? How many troops and how many resources does 960 have to dedicate to countering them? How many troops and resources does 93 have to dedicate to countering what those other camps do? So, I mean, this KvK is far from over, y'all. Warpath 2605 is waiting for everyone to drain themselves and claim victory. Good luck with that. Yeah, I would agree. If 1960 loses this KvK, it's going to be because 93 is just that good. I am not in 2605, and I haven't checked Facebook today, so I have not seen a Chisgo mail. Ooh, 960 got that flag to burn. Both these kingdoms, I mean, both of these kingdoms have done it's been insane, right? I mean, 1 versus 1 against anyone else would have folded by now. Happy Gamer, that may have been what Chisgo said. I don't know if I believe that. I think there's bad blood between 1960 and 2605, and that's why they're focused on 960. Not because they think 960 is the favorite to win. Just my opinion, though. Everybody's got an opinion, and that's fine. That's fine, as long as y'all don't get personal. Let's see, there's nothing, no reports in Fight Club. What is this whole message? You and me both, Aloys. You and me both. Yeah, free for all KvKs are. It makes for interesting conversation. I will say that. What's up, King of Clowns? I mean, 93 just has the numbers right now. Look at that. You know, and more and more and more just pouring in.
Fight!
King of Clowns, you might want to check out 12-inch PvP. 12-inch PvP-ness. He does a lot of work with jumpers. Throw a few bucks his way, that man will do anything for $1. Amazing. 250 people watching. Only 156 likes, though. I'm not very good with math, guys, but that math just doesn't work out to me. I don't know that 05 has looked weak this KvK. They haven't really went all out yet this KvK, to my knowledge. No, no, no 8-hour stream. Maybe 2 more hours and then it's dinner time. Is 60 making a beeline for this building flag again? I agree, Yaji. We need a streamer mode so we can tell the different kingdoms apart. I'm right there with you, Peyton. Regardless of what happens, mad respect to 93, 960 for providing everyone with awesome content to watch while we wait for our own fights. Amen. Amen. These kingdoms have no problem swarming down Attila Pakal rallies. They have no problem swarming down any rally. You got to control the field for a rally to work. I don't. At this point in time, at this stage of this KvK, I don't think anyone gives a shit about trades. Each camp. I agree. I agree, Alois. If you have red camps, they should be red dots. If you have blue camps, they should be blue dots. And you should not let different camps have the same color. .960 is training again tomorrow, though. They're doing a kingdom buff tomorrow for training. So I'm speculating that Zenith probably pops tomorrow. And to tell 960 not to swarm a flag. Yeah, that's like telling me to stay away from double bacon butter burgers at Culver's. It just ain't gonna happen. So 93 a bit slow to react here. Does 960 have enough to take out that flag? 3 minutes. They got to swarm it. 3 minutes. Just hard target the flag. You should have your designated swarmers hard target the flag and have your open fielders taking out those marches in the open field. There's the king buff. It's going down. In the nick of time. Just look at that. That's just crazy. So last time 93 hit that flag, right? They circled down this way to get their troops home. 93 has that path blocked this time. So now they're going back up north to get their troops home. Or they're just killing off their damn marches. Looks like they're just killing off the damn marches. They get home quicker that way. Imagine the lag. I mean, I'm not getting any lag viewing, but I can only imagine the lag if you're playing in this, right, Sparta? Yeah, it's like 960's playing Ark of Osiris, right? Everybody, okay, suicide your troops. Suicide your troops now. Let's go for the next objective. Suicide your troops. Ark appears in 4 minutes. Let's get to the middle. So when I woke up this morning, this territory here was all blue. 960 pushed back. They got 93 out of this corner, and they gained the territory to the east of the river. But right now, 93 has got more 960 flags burning than I think 960 has 93 flags burning. So it's just back and forth, back and forth. You take advantage of your opponent's downtime, but nobody is pushing much further than the river presently. It's fine to have differences of opinions, guys. Absolutely fine, but let's kind of cease and desist with any personal attacks here. Let's not make it personal. We can respect everyone. Everyone has an opinion. Theirs might not be the same as yours, but it's okay. It's okay. There's 960 trying to build a flag again. I mean, when this KvK started, if you held a gun to my head and asked me to pick a winner, 960 or 1093, I wouldn't have been able to pick one. Right? I mean, this is the matchup that people have been wanting to see for a long, long time. Both of these kingdoms are doing a phenomenal job. They play the game. The kingdoms are much different. They play the game a little bit differently than each other. And it gives everyone else a chance to see how a 1.5, 2 alliance kingdom like 960 plays versus how a 2.5, 3, 4 alliance kingdom like 93 plays. think the times that I have streamed this KvK have been some of my most viewed live streams ever. So, I mean, thank you to everyone participating in this KvK. It's been great. We ain't done yet, though. When I say we the spectators, not we the player. I'm not playing in this. Yeah, Al. These KvKs are not going to happen every month or every year. We just got to enjoy it. Just watch and enjoy. And press that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed to the stream. We're getting close. We are getting close to that magic number, 3,000. And then after that, it's on and upwards. Right? Let me see exactly what we're at right now. 2,907 subscribers. We've got 309 new subscribers in the last 28 days. Thank you and welcome to all the new subscribers. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hang on, buckle up. There's 10 more days of this KvK left. Yeah, I will check DMs after we are done streaming. So if you have sent me any messages, I will do that then. Let's make Lambo poor. Like the stream so he drops memberships. Thanks, Jolene. I appreciate you. Thank you. I don't know, Dennis. Don't know if they have one healing circle or others. Yeah, at 10K we'll do a face reveal. I did promise that. No, I did not say a 24-hour stream. I'm too old for that shit. But at 10K subs, we'll do a face reveal. And then we'll watch our subs drop down below that 500 range soon after we do that. I've got the face for radio, I promise you this. I don't know, Shadow. I cannot see 960 and 2605 cooperating with each other by any stretch of the imagination. We did not specify whose face it will be. We did not. I will leave you wondering until we hit 10K subs. Michael Shaw was in chat earlier. He said that they are, and somebody else said also that Chisgull commented on a video. They're focused on taking some holy sites before they build to the pass. MT, thank you for the subscription. $10K subs. 10K subs. I'll have to steal the webcam off my work computer, though, to do it. Let's just admire the number of marches on the field here. It's crazy. Dude, no 24-hour stream, chaining barbs. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell friggin' no. I made it 92 minutes chaining barbs on that one stream. That's probably the best you'll ever get out of me, chaining barbarians. Yeah, guys, I'm going to go broke here. I'm going to go broke here. We had 200 likes. Appreciate y'all hitting that like button. I really, really do, but we're going to have to stop doing this every time we get 100 likes on the stream. Felipe Costa. It just, yeah, the number of marches 93 has here is just crazy. But, I mean, I think 1960 has learned from the past few days, and they have back-built flags now. A little bit better than I've seen the past few days. So, and maybe I just haven't noticed the past few days, but it looks to me like they are doing a better job back-building flags than they have previously. So it's the battle. I mean, it really is. It's a battle for inches and millimeters on the map. There's some cities that are potentially vulnerable if that flag goes down. I don't think they're going to touch Addy. But there's a 86 million, a 35 million, 44, 87. I mean, some of these could get swarmed down very easily. Please zero Captain Stinkfist. That'll cost you. That'll cost you. What's the credit limit on your credit card? That'll cost you. Did I see 765, 681? We can check it out. Dog, I'm sure they're flag fillers. Felipe Costa said to zero you, Captain, and St. Jolene agreed. I told him it'd cost him. I don't do that for free. The Master with the subscription. Thank you, thank you. That is why she is Meanie Jolini. Oh, what the hell? Where? How fat are you? Where did that come from? Where's this poll at here? Let's see. 45% think 1960 is still going to win. 43% 93, 6% G4s, and 4% 2605. Alright, so who gets zeroed first? Does only Farmer zero Bloody Manus first, or does St. Jolene zero Captain Stinkfist first? Inquiring minds want to know. Or does Pineapple Pizza zero Jake the dog? It's okay, Captain. We'll do a training buff tomorrow. You can train back those troops. We'll do a 1960 tomorrow. Everyone can train. Oh no, sorry, it's a training. It's a gold head event. That's fixed. I would say not, Vexus. You run 3 calves, 2 infantry with the new leadership Zenith. Be worth it for me? Probably not. Well, I mean, I guess if you're not running archers, it might be okay if it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg to get it. And if you're never planning on running archers. Yeah, we fixed the gold head events. You can get a first and a second place every 3 months. That way the same people are not consistently getting first and second. We try to keep them low. Like this gold head event here. Base rewards are 8,100. So we ask that the person approved for first place double the base reward score. So that second place and others can at least get the base rewards. Yeah, I think, yeah, if you're running 3 calves at 15% health, we'll buff you a little bit more. Health and defense are always better than attack, unless you're running rallies. I love throwing an attack skin on for rallies. But again, that's my personal opinion. I would suggest getting the opinion of others and then going from there. We don't have many rogue players in the kingdom. Every single MGE, we zero every single rogue player we can find in the kingdom. So, I mean, over time, we have done, the last 2.5 years, we have done a very, very good job getting the undesirables out of the kingdom or making them quit. I like attack for rallies myself, especially if you own the field and can keep that rally full. You know, if we have a rogue that comes in and tries to snipe an event, we will find them, we will zero them, and we will keep zeroing them until they get the fuck out. Every now and then we have somebody that tries to snipe a gold head event. If we see somebody trying to snipe a gold head event, then all bets are off. First and second place means nothing, and whoever can pass that rogue passes that rogue. But that's maybe at the most twice a year. What's the secret? We ask them to leave. We give them 2 weeks to leave. If they don't leave, we zero them. Every single person who is not in one of our controlled alliances is banished into the upper left-hand zone. So that all they can do is farm up there and fight each other, basically, because we stay out of that zone. So let's look at our home kingdom, right? So it has taken 2.5 years to get to this point, but every single alliance with territory that you see on the map here is controlled by somebody with the R5 in every single alliance here is somebody that is in our main alliance. So 29 PK. R5, that's one of my farms. Okay, this one. Who's this one? Cerez. Cerez is one of our R4s in the main alliance. That's one of his farms. So every single alliance that has territory in this kingdom, we have control of. So if somebody in one of these alliances tries sniping a gold head event, we know exactly where their city is. We can find them lickety-split. If we see a fort drop anywhere in this kingdom that is not an approved fort drop, we build there, we zero it, we take it down before it even builds. Is it a dictatorship here? You're damn right it is. But that's how we maintain control. You know, there's maybe we have maybe a list of 20 players that are still in the kingdom that we want to get out, and half of them are, you know, there's a good number of them that just log in and hit farmers in that banishment zone, right? But then they're hitting each other. they're not hurting us at all. There are a couple that have said, no, I'm never leaving this kingdom. This is my kingdom more than it is yours. I started here. You guys migrated here and took over. Okay, whatever. You know, before the TSN group, MF, Cat, Reaper, Mavic, those folks got to 1029, they did not win a single KvK. Since 1029 has been controlled by the TSN group, by myself, by Cat, by those that came into the kingdom, we are 7-3 in KvKs. So, is it really your kingdom just because you were born here? I think not. We put the work in, we put the time in. It's my kingdom now more than it is yours. If you want to stay here and be annoying, you stay here and be annoying. You know, just know every time KvK is over and you're in that banishment zone, we're going to come and take your resources. Every time we get migrants in, we're going to give them your location and they're going to go and take your resources. Lambo the Dictator sounds good to me. And I mean, we may make it perfectly clear here. If you migrate here without permission, you will be zeroed. Do not buy an account and expect to stay here. All new players wishing to be in this kingdom must fill out an application and do a voice interview. We have zero tolerance for rule violators and drama queens. These are our friendly alliances that we control. These are the food alliances that at any time, if you see a player on the map in one of these alliances, just fucking zero them. Take them out. But hopefully I could talk these guys into rotating king. I'm fine taking king in the off season whenever. I'll pop the gathering buffs. I'll hand out gifts. I'll pop whatever buffs we need to pop. You know, the taxation, whatever. But for KvK, I'm hoping we can rotate king around. And we do, right? When I log off, I'll give king to somebody who's online, and they'll pass it to the next person, who passes it to the next person. But yeah, I don't understand it either, Jolene. I guess they feel like since they started here, it's their kingdom. But you know, at the same time, these are players. I think the biggest one is probably around. Well, we zero him all the time, so he's probably around 53 million. At the high, he's at 60 million. You know, maybe he's got 500 million kill points. So, voice interview, yes, sir. Yes, sir. What are the requirements to join the kingdom? We really have no set requirements. We want to... Well, I'll run through it all quick here, right? We're a DC kingdom looking to move up to a CC kingdom. We have fixed MGs, fixed gold head events. We have a super aggressive playstyle. We swarm absolutely everything. That's how we have fun playing the game. We run events at 1730 UTC. We do Arc in the Main Alliance at 14 UTC on Sundays. And this is why I do a voice interview. We want smart players here who understand the game. We don't want to have to teach players the basic mechanics of the game. How to set up their presets. That we can't attack flags we don't border, right? We want smart players here, people who understand the game. People who can farm and support themselves with resources. People who understand how to follow markers, who aren't chasing easy kills. We want mature individuals because we don't tolerate toxic behavior or drama. Communication and activity is most critical. You know, we don't require a certain number of kills, a certain number of deads each KvK. You got to understand, playing in a low seed kingdom, if you're not online for the first 24 to 48 hours after a pass opens, you're probably not getting many kills or deads at KvK. So if you can't be online when a pass opens, we just ask that people are proactive and they let us know in advance. You know, if you let us know 2 weeks after a pass opens that you weren't there because your niece had a birthday party, you know what? Your niece has the same birthday every goddamn day, every year. How could you not let us know in advance that you were going to this birthday party, right? It's not rocket science. And yeah, we do require a voice interview for the simple fact that character and a person and their character who they are means more to me than any kill number, any dead number. I'd rather bring in high character players into this kingdom than, players who are going to come in, be toxic, be demanding. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. And that way I can explain the rules to every single person, make sure they understand the rules, give them an opportunity to ask questions. And doing it on voice just, takes half hour, 45 minutes. Rather than 3 days of constantly sending messages and screenshots back and forth. If you're buying resources, yeah, you're supporting yourself. I'll be honest, I run 10 farms myself. I'm dropping that down to 4 farms. I got plenty of resources. I bought resources one time. That's when I first got to 1029 and we were going into a KvK. I only had about 4 billion of each resource at that time, and I thought I probably needed another billion of each to battle like I wanted to fight in the next KvK. So there was one time I purchased resources, but other than that, my farms have been able to support my fighting, and you see I have a surplus now. And in my bags here, right, I've probably got another 4 to 5 billion of each. See, and that's the thing, Saint Jolene. If you're begging for resources, then you must not be doing your work outside of KvK, because we're constantly having resource pits up. If you want gold, you sit in the main alliance and you farm that gold pit. If you want other resources from your farms, then you go to one of our farm alliances who are rotating, food gold, wood gold, stone gold, food gold, wood gold, stone gold. So you can accumulate your resources there. What irritates the hell out of me, and I will give resources to anyone. If there are people who are active during the off season, if they are trying their best to get resources, they're constantly in the gold pit, they're farming, they're participating in events, and they need resources in KvK, I will happily give them to them. What I do not tolerate is I will not give resources to somebody who's constantly on the inactive list, who's not in the gold pit, who's not trying their hardest to support themselves. If they want resources because they're out of resources in Zone 5, fuck off, go back to Zone 4, you better start farming. And before the pass is open, I'm constantly reminding people, okay, if I see you transferring resources off of your farm, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24 hours into a pass opening, we've got a problem with your planning skills. Before that pass opens, you better be transferring all the resources that you need to fight in that next zone. And you guys who have watched me long enough have seen me making fun of people who 2 hours into Kingsland are sitting in Kingsland transferring resources to their main account because they didn't plan ahead. I honestly have not seen somebody begging for resources here in probably 2 or 3 KvKs. Now there are times where Mad Mania or Classified or somebody is pulling the night shift and they're only 1 or 2 or 3 people online over that particular night, and I'll log on in the morning and I'll say, dude, I went through so many resources last night, and I'll just send them shit. You know, because they're pulling the night shift allowed me to get 4 hours of sleep in. So it's the least I can do. Right now we're a D seed. We're trying to move up to a C seed for the next KvK. You know, and I'll say this again, right? I played in some of the biggest kingdoms out there. I played in 1039 with Solimar when they were a monster kingdom. Chisgo was there for a while. A lot of people were just there for gold chests. I played in 1052. I won Osiris League with OV Season 3. But I have enjoyed playing with a smaller group of people that I can get to know on a personal level much more than I ever enjoyed playing in a big kingdom where I was not able to get to know people and they weren't like family. You know, when you jump on Discord in 1052 and the first thing out of Slouty's mouth is, who the fuck is this guy? It kind of leaves you with an uneasy feeling. You know, when you're on voice and there's 300 people there and you're not allowed to talk because only the war leads can talk, it's hard to get to know people. You know, so I've thoroughly enjoyed playing in a smaller kingdom much more than I ever did playing in a really, really big kingdom. The MGE placement, just icing on the cake. Yeah, there are times when people underestimate the amount of resources that they're going to need. This last KvK, I think 800 million kill points is all I got. 5.4 million deads. You know, so I only used about 3.5-4 billion of each resource. The 2 KvKs prior, I went through, last KvK, I went through probably 8 billion of each resource, getting 2 billion kill points and 10 million deads. The KvK before, the opponents were slightly easier, so I only went through 5 billion of each resource and took 11 million deads, you know, so. Are you secretly Liam Neeson? No. Armaments, yeah. These are armaments for my first Archer March. I have a couple of these that I have transmuted. This one's all archers, so no big deal there. But this one I've transmuted 10 times and still garbage attributes, but intrepid, right? So that's Archer March number 1. This is Cavalry March number 1. And this is Arch Formation for infantry. Still got some transmuting to do here. This is Wedge Formation for infantry. So, I mean, some of these got, you know, fantastic inscriptions, but the attributes aren't all there. This is my second wedge for archers. Third wedge for archers. Second cavalry, not so great. Third cavalry. So, I mean, we still got a ways to go. But it works for me. Been playing this game since 2018. I only know 1 or 2 people on a personal level. See, yeah, I mean, and that's how it was when I was in a bigger kingdom too, right? You got the 1 or 2 people that you're on voice with, that you're chatting with, that you're doing things with. But you know, here I've probably got the phone numbers of 10 or 15 different people in my cell phone. And I've given my phone number to our entire leadership team, along with other trusted individuals in the Alliance, and told them, hey, if I'm not online and the shit hits the fan, call me. Don't text me, call me. It's better than no inscription at all, Ale. But it's not the greatest, no. We are slowly working on our archer equipment too. Level 3, level 2, level 2, 2, 4, 2, 4, 4. Cavalry, I haven't leveled up any of these yet. Infantry, because I use this in garrison as well. We got 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 3. So we're working on it. We're working on it. We're working on it. I do have the KvK helmet and weapon for archers as well. They're just not procced yet. So I have those on the second march, and I'm still running the 4 set pieces and 2 leadership pieces on my main archer march. Yeah, and I mean, I've always spent some money in this game, right? But nothing compared to some of the whales that were in 1052. Right? So I never got to rally, never got to garrison, which is fine. I enjoy open fielding quite a bit. But in the same respect, there are times when, you've invested into a commander or into equipment, and you wanna rally, or you wanna garrison, right? Yeah, I think the community that 1254 had was quite unique, St. Jolene, where, you guys would do movie nights, or you guys would do Among Us nights, and you would schedule that type of interaction to build that community atmosphere in that kingdom. Unfortunately, the Imperiums that I played in didn't do that. If there was no fighting taking place, fucking Discord was a ghost town. So if you find yourself in an Imperium kingdom that has that type of community where, there are people hanging out on Discord, doing a movie night, or playing other games, whether it's Fall Guys, Among Us, Lethal Company, whatever the case may be, hey, that sounds like a good place, right? The old 60 GT community was great. Yeah, I mean, they did poker night and gambled resources, right? I'm not too hip on the new Zenith skin myself, just because there's a negative 10% archer defense on it, and I like to run 3 archer marches in the open field. 93 is got more burning flags. '93 right now is it seems to be their uptime. They're doing quite well. But, can they push 1960 more during their uptime than they lose during their downtime? If the past 48 hours are any indication, it's about even. Alright, let me I forgot when I was back in the other kingdom, right? I need to get some farmers up. What's up, SU? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Just enjoying all the viewers, enjoying this KvK. Both these kingdoms are giving it their all. So, Captain, it looks like you're off the hook. 73% think only farmer will zero Bloody Manus before St. Jolene zeros you. Did it really? Only 20k left? Well, let's clean it up then. We'll clean it up then. No big deal. But thanks for letting me know, Dennis. And of course, Lancelot's coming home now too. Kingsland, right? You can't control what everyone does in Kingsland. I'm a 93 fan, was piloting them versus 365. Such a great kingdom. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, both of these kingdoms, right? I mean, I love watching 1960. It's balls to the wall, send your marches in, sad face them, send them back, swarm everything. I love watching 93. They're just so methodical and calculated with how they do things. You know, go in, clear the field, send the rally, kick the anchor, burn the flag, move to the next one. You know, they play the game differently, but you know, they play the game in a way that works for them. And it's just such a pleasure to watch both of these kingdoms fight each other in what I would consider one of the most epic battles that this game has ever seen. I'm Max Lapu Lapu because I'm Filipino. Hey, go for it. 93 right now has got the upper hand because they have the field presence. Quantity versus quality. Yes, it is. Although, you know, 93 has got their fair number of high quality, high kill point, outstanding whales there as well. I've never fought against 1960. KvK 2, I had the, we'll say, pleasure to fight against 1093. That was not pretty. You know, the first KvK I was ever in 1052, we fought against 1254. That was ugly as sin also. Maza, if I said your name correctly. If I did not, I apologize in advance. I think they're starting, I mean, I think that's what they need right now is those teleport spots, right? They're starting to lack the spots to get in with all their farms, to continue to fill flags with farms and fill rallies with farms. That said, they've had this amount of territory in this section now for, they've been pushed back to this for now what, 48 hours roughly. My KvK is virtually over. We have won fire camp. We're fire camp, and our allies in water camp blocked our enemies from even getting into Kingsland before Kingsland opened. So the only fighting in Kingsland was some arranged fighting with the water camp to see who controlled it, the Zig at the end. They were able to win that fight, and they will have the Zig at the end, which means we get the concession rewards. We got first occupation of the Zig. We get to hold the Zig until it opens, or until it opens for the last time before KvK ends, at which point we'll turn it over to water. And I will delete our territory touching the ziggurat just so there's no temptation for any monkey business to take place. We're going to get the 4 sanctuaries at the end. We've already got the 4 sanctuaries. We're going to get our 4 high rounds at the end, so we'll get all of the other rewards. The only thing we won't get is Zig Occupation at the end, which, both Water and Fire Camp fought their asses off. They both deserve the Zig at the end. I could care less about the star on the banner. What hurts is the 240 Autrix for the one camp versus 30 for the other camp. We have 6 kingdoms in our camp, and to split 30 Autric rewards amongst 6 kingdoms is not an easy task. You want to be fair to all the kingdoms, right? But then there are some kingdoms that did perform better than others. So do you split it up based on performance? Do you just split it down the middle? Everyone gets 5. It's a discussion that is currently taking place with the fire leadership teams. I have come out and I have told my kingdom that no matter what happens, no matter how many Autrix we get, that I will not take one this KvK. I did have the highest kill points and the highest deads for 1029, but there are others who would benefit from that inscription more so than I would. So I will gladly give it up to other players who do not have one, who need one, who are rally, who are garrison players, and who go all out on KvK. I'm not a selfish person. So it is what it is, right? You split it up between contribution, that's not even discussable. Yeah, the problem is, though, not all of the kingdoms pulled stats. Not all of them pulled beginning stats at the same time and ending stats at the same time. So to compare stats is like comparing apples and grapefruits, right? Some of them pulled the stats before Pass 8 even opened into Kingsland, after the fighting with the enemy stopped. Some of them pulled stats after the friendly fights in Kingsland with our allies. So you're not comparing apples to apples. If you were comparing stats that were all pulled at the exact same time, that's a very easy conversation then, correct? But the stats are not that cut and dry. The only stats that are cut and dry are the stats from enemy elimination. And enemy elimination, let me find it here. Enemy elimination had 1029, my kingdom, with 17 people in the top 100. 2593 with 11 people in the top 100, 1670 with 4 people in the top 100, 1609 with 2 people in the top 100, and 1471 with 1 person in the top 100. So, do we use those stats to base contributions off of? Enemy elimination is only 2 days. There may have been people that were unable to fight for those 2 days, but were there fighting for a significant amount of time on other days. So it's not as easy as you think. We scan all kingdoms. Yeah, that's something I think we're going to start doing moving forward as well. But 1093 has got a ton of quality in their kingdom as well. But I think, to have 200 players versus maybe, I would guess 70 players that are maxing tech, a little bit different. I would love it if they had in-game stats. And I can't remember. Maybe you guys can help me out. When do they post the stats for the KvK? Is that before or after you have to distribute those Autric rewards? Because if they post those before, and I can distribute those rewards then based on those stats, fantastic. We'll do that, right? But if it's not until after, then we're gonna have to have that discussion and come to some sort of an agreement there. Because I don't want to screw our allies in our own camp either, right? I mean, just because somebody doesn't have high kill points, high deads, that doesn't mean they weren't contributing. Maybe they were one of the ones that were on during the camp's downtime, that were babysitting burning flags, that were holding down the fort so that others could sleep. You know, that's just as important as being there in the uptime and putting in the massive kill and dead numbers. Dinner's about 45 minutes away. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, honestly, I respect the hell out of the other kingdoms in our camp, but when they needed a garrison, 9 times out of 10, they asked us to send somebody. You know, when a flag needed to be rallied, 9 times out of 10, they asked us if we could rally it. So, do I feel like 1029 put in a little bit more? I do, but you know, it's still it takes an entire camp to win a KvK. You know, they were the ones filling the flags, filling the rallies, you know, helping get the open field presence around that rallied flag. So, you know, it's not like one is more important than the other. If you rally a flag and you have no open field and you don't have that domination near the flag, your rally's going to fail. So, you know, it's hard. It is. It really is. Yeah, DKP doesn't measure, you know, who's online babysitting burning flags overnight. You're my new favorite streamer, to be honest. I appreciate that, but there are lots of quality streamers out there. I speak my mind and call it like I see it, right? You know, there were leaders in our own camp that were not happy that I made a deal with our enemies toward the end of KvK, and I let them keep 2 circles and keep territory in Zone 6. You know, as long as they cooperated with us with where we needed to get the final rewards that we earned, you know, I'm fine if they farm. I'm fine if they rebuild for their next KvK. Hell, they might be our allies in the next KvK. You know, I don't want them to go into the next KvK if they're our allies saying, oh, sorry, this is a recovery KvK because you fucking stomped us all through Zone 5 and Zone 6. You know, I'm a nice guy. I do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We've been in KvKs before where we've lost, and, you know, we don't ask for anything. You know, we will recover regardless, but we've been in KvKs before where the enemy has been like, oh, get the fuck out of this zone. You can't do anything in this zone. We won. You lost. You listen to us. You know, and that's just not who I am. What's up, Pasha? Don't planga plango. I don't know what planga plango means, but okay. Yeah, Dennis, the problem I have seen in many kingdoms that set a minimum number of kills and a minimum number of deaths for players is that you can't be everywhere all the time watching everyone. And there are certain players, and you have to admit this, right? There are certain players who, as soon as they hit their minimum number of deaths and minimum number of kills, they fucking vanish from the face of the earth. They're safe. They're not getting kicked out of the kingdom. They hit their requirements. So they disappear. You know, and I don't want that. If passes are open, I expect everyone to be there unless you've communicated in advance that you can't be for whatever reason. Life, family, work, that all comes first. You know, if you can't be there, just communicate to us that you're not going to be there so we can plan accordingly. You know, I don't expect everyone to get a certain number of kills, a certain number of deaths It's going to vary from KvK to KvK, and you never know how hard the enemy is going to fight you. Yeah, exactly, Jolene. If they fought us hard and they fought us well, after the enemy surrendered 24 hours into past 5 and said, we're done, we're not even pushing to Kingsland, and they came to me and they asked for concessions, I said no. I said no, we're not giving you anything, we're not gonna concede to anything. You guys gave up way too early and we want more fights. So after that, they said, okay, that's fine. We're going to blockade Zone 6, so you can't do what you want to do in Zone 6. And I said, hey, outstanding. Thank you. That means more fights. That's exactly what we want. And when they fought us hard in Zone 6 and then came to us and said, okay, we give up. You guys are too strong. Then is when I said, okay, let's make a deal. Precisely, Caleb. Precisely. Normally during MGE, a lot of players who don't normally show up to fight. Not necessarily in 1029, but that's what we see in a lot of other kingdoms. Do daily scans? Easier said than done. I mean, we do scans before every pass opening and once the fighting dies down. We do scans before an altar fight and after an altar fight so we know who's there and who's not there. That way we can go back to our messages and our emails and say, okay, Johnny Two Toes did not tell us he was not going to be there for this altar fight. He wasn't there. Or Sally Jesse Raphael did not tell us that she was not going to be there for this past 7 opening, and she was not there. And then we circle back and have a conversation with those individuals. Yeah, if you're in a big kingdom, I can understand why you run a DKP system. But remember, kill points and deads can be manipulated as well. You can't watch everywhere on the field all at the same time, especially if everyone's fighting. You might have that player off in a corner attacking a farm or doing whatever just to get his kills and deads in, and then they vanish for the rest of KvK. So it's hard. It's hard. You have to do what's right for your kingdom, and that's where a good leadership team comes into play. We have decided that DKP system is not right for our kingdom. We do look at scans, we do talk to players, and we know we set expectations, but we don't set specific expectations. Viking in France. Rarely do I see Vikings on the field. I'm confused a little bit. Hope to hear your opinion. Well, a lot of people use France for fighting, especially the more free-to-play players, because of the healing. Right, I forget exactly what the Viking civilization gives. And I guess I gotta go to my city to see that, huh? Yeah, I mean, each kingdom should have a system that is tailored to the players in their kingdom. And it has been so long since I even changed my civilization that I don't know where to go. I've literally been Ottoman for like 4 years. Here we go, right here, right? Vikings. So yeah, Vikings is nice if you are a pure infantry player that doesn't care about healing. A lot of people use France though because it increases the healing speed by 20%. So that's less resources, less speed ups you have to use to heal. So is one better than the other? It's hard to say, simply because it depends on each individual person, how much fighting they do, how much resources they gather, how much barb chaining they do for speed ups, etc. If you're not grinding and grinding and grinding to get speed ups to sustain your KvK fights, France might be a better option for you. If you're grinding and speed ups are not an issue for you and you're an infantry player, you might potentially look at Vikings. But yeah, I have players, exactly, SU. I have players that are consistently on when I need to go to sleep. And they're not getting the same number of kills that players are when our whales are on and our whales are fighting. They're defending flags, they're tapping flags to keep them on fire. They're not fighting in a murder ball behind Lambeau to come in and clean up the mess after my commanders do some AoE damage. So they're not getting the same number of kills. But that doesn't mean what they're doing so that the rest of us can get 4, 5, 6 hours sleep in is as valuable or more valuable than the people fighting getting the kills and deaths. But yeah, every leadership team needs to have good leaders in place, right? If you've got R4s in place that are just there because they want to be an R4, they want that title, they want to boss people around, they want to build the gold pits, that's probably not the right person to have. But if you have a good leadership team in your kingdom that understands how the kingdom works, understands the players in the kingdom, has relationships with the players in the kingdom, and can monitor the kingdom at a global level, right? Then, yeah, whatever system works for you is the system that you need to customize for that kingdom. It may be a DKP system. It may not be. It just depends. Mims, good to see ya. Do I think 960? I think that's why 93 is going hard today. Because they probably saw that email from Leopard that they're doing a kingdom buff and training tomorrow. So I think that's why 93 is going really, really hard at the moment. Pew, pew, pew. So, I had a player that came to me 2 weeks ago, right? And they said, hey, I've got 10 players I want to bring to your kingdom. Several of them are whales that max crystal tech, blah, blah, blah. I looked at all the players and I'm like, yeah, we can certainly talk. And this player said to me, I want to be an R4 though. If you won't make me an R4 in your alliance, then the deal is off. I said, well, for starters, I said we could talk. We did not have a deal in the first place. Secondly, you only get R4 in the alliance after you're trusted. After you've been here a while and show what you can do. I will not cave into a demand. Well, I'll only bring these players to your kingdom if I can get an R4. No, Lambeau don't play that game. What's up, Syed? Greetings from 93. Greetings. You guys are doing fantastic at the moment. Love the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My hat's off to 1093 and 1960 for the last 5-6 days of fighting. It's not over yet, though. 605 is now building. Doom, doom, doom. The plot thickens. Maybe that's why Jake disappeared. It was all hands on deck to build flags. Infantry, again, I would say probably France if you are struggling with speed ups. Otherwise, I see a lot of people using Vikings. A lot of people use, I think it's Rome. But I love Ottoman. 5% skill damage, 5% march speed. It's got the archers that I like. Yeah, even during the off season, I don't switch. But yeah, I'm not going to make somebody an R4 just because they're coming to the kingdom. I mean, Captain Stinkfist came here. He brought a group of players with him. You know, I had talked to him on Discord. He has been a viewer in my channel for a long, long time. I feel like I knew him. So shortly after he came here, yeah, we made him R4. But, yeah, I'm not going to... somebody I don't know that I haven't even talked to on Discord that demands R4. I mean, Captain didn't ask for R4 either. Right? I had to kind of twist his arm to do it, you know, but somebody who I don't know who's demanding R4, or they're not coming to the kingdom with their 10 players or so, yeah, whatever. And what struck me as odd is, oh, the deal is off if I can't be R4. Well, for starters, we didn't have a fucking deal. I agreed to speak to you about it, but we didn't have a fucking deal. They don't need to remove the fort there simply, right? If 605 wants to get in, all they got to do is burn a flag over here, burn a couple flags over here, and they're touching the pass. But yeah, the plot thickens as 605 now builds aggressively toward that pass. So what is that? They'll probably be, I mean, they got a couple flags to burn through before they can touch it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting tonight. If I got to jump off in a half hour here, we'll try and find somebody else streaming this KvK so you can keep watching. No good R4 wants to be an R4. You want to take a look at the G4s? Sure. They're doing what they need to do, right? They're blocking teleport spots. They're burning what they can. I don't quite know where the G4 territory is on the top side. I mean, this kingdom, right? But I really don't see them building out anywhere from that zone. You know, if I mean, they honestly, if they were putting pressure on 93 here, the other G4s in the south, if 2605 was putting pressure on 93 here, along with 1960 down here, it would be interesting. Be interesting. I mean, it's gonna get interesting, right? Because at some point in time, 93 is going to have to pay attention to the G4s in this location. You know, they're going to have to pay attention to the G4s in this location. 1960 is going to have to pay attention to 2605 coming over on the bottom now. If 2605 takes this pass, then 93 is going to have to pay attention to 2605 here. 2605 was in my chat earlier, and they said, nah, they just want to take the pass and send murder ball after murder ball at 1960. So, you know, this KvK is it's been a great show thus far from everybody involved, but it's gonna get more interesting, and you watch. Facebook is gonna light up here. Want to point out, since the Rise of Civilization, who were you? What was your name in Rise of Civilization, Uncle B? Master 1960. Master says 1960 can take advantage of this situation if G4 and 605 get into Kingsland. Yeah, it depends, right? If 605 does what Michael Shaw said earlier in chat and just takes murder ball after murder ball at 20 or at 1960, they can't take advantage of much then. But we'll see. We'll see. I have Scipio, Alex, YSG expertise. I want to do 2 March. Should I go YSG or Lucci? Scipio Lucci is, in my opinion, the best infantry march, single infantry march in the game. Alex would go well behind, or excuse me, YSG would go well behind Alex. Uncle Back, you'll have to forgive me, Uncle. I do not remember you. S18. What the hell's S18? Were you in 1207 way back when? I mean, one could make an argument that 93 deserves a zig. One can make an argument that 1960. I mean, it's anyone's game still. It's anyone's game still. Those G4s and 2605 will be the X factor. I was never in server 18. I started in 1207, then I moved to 1039, then I moved to 1052, and then I moved to 1029. So what, 2489 and 1365 have teamed up in that KvK, right? I think there's a lot of drama surrounding that as well. Who do I want to see win? I don't care who wins this. I got friends in 1093. I got friends in 1960. I know people in 2605 as well. So, you know, I just want to see a good fight. Well, I mean, 1960 has lost some territory down here. Right? All this down here used to be 1960s. But the past 48 hours, they haven't lost a whole hell of a lot. Except maybe a couple chunks up here. So I don't know. I don't know. Word is 1960 is going to train heavy tomorrow. So we'll see what they come out with tomorrow. Yep, we saw that. They're building toward that pass now. Unfortunately, as soon as they get there, I'm probably going to have to log off for dinner, but... If you're hanging out, you haven't hit that like button yet, haven't hit that sub button yet, greatly appreciate it if you do so. All these viewers, and I haven't run a single ad yet during the stream, so hey, that deserves a like, that deserves a sub, right? Stones kill, yeah. We were watching him yesterday, and 93 would be making a murder ball, you know, and Osno would just be sending his 7 marches straight at 1960. Killing him off, doing it again. Killing him off, doing it again. And then he'd join the murder ball and everybody would move to their objective. He just, he does not stop fighting. You know, had 70 billion kill points. Hats off to the man. In this KvK, I got right around 800 and, well, let me look here. This KvK, I had 865,999,306 kill points. 5,407,318 million deads. So not a huge amount of kill points. Our fighting in Zone 5 overlapped that last Archer MGE. And I did, you know, there were times where I was just garrisoning or sending rallies because I didn't want to get a shit ton of kill points. Because my archers were all done. I wanted others to get those MGE spots. A lot can happen in 10 days or 9 days, whatever it is. You're absolutely correct. I don't know all the kingdoms involved. I think it's 2489 and 1365 versus 1846 and what is it? 1175. There's another kingdom in there with 846 though, right? 1816, I think it is. So, I mean, I don't know. I've heard many don't think it's a fair matchup. And several of the kingdoms have said they're going to sit out the KvK. We'll see. 1316. I knew it ended in 16. See, you know, I'm old. All the drugs I did in the 80s, too. My short-term memory's not what it used to be. I can remember song lyrics from every Guns N' Roses and AC/DC song ever made, but yeah, you asked me to remember what I did 2 hours ago, and I wouldn't be able to tell you. 1316 is a good kingdom. I know players there. You know, they've got a super solid 80-90 fighters. Super solid. You're the fastest man alive. That's what your girlfriend told me. Alright, here is the deal though. I hate to leave y'all, but I'm going to see if the wife needs any help with dinner. And I need to run to the store because I am running out of vape juice. No nicotine on a Monday at work would not be a good thing, and I got to get there before they close in 45 minutes. So we're going to call it a day. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Tons of people, tons of views today, tons of likes today. 30 total gifted memberships today. I appreciate everyone who donated. Thank you very much. Appreciated everyone who signed up today. We'll hopefully we'll be back tomorrow sometime to stream some more of this KvK. It should get interesting as 2605 reaches that pass 8, as the R4s potentially reach that pass 8, the G4s reach that pass 8. Jake is streaming this KvK right now. He is in 2605. That's where it's going to get interesting down there very shortly here. So we're going to get you over to Jake the Dog Games. When you get there, hashtag Lambo Raid. Be sure he knows where you're coming from. Drop a like, hit a sub for him when you get there. Thanks to each and every one of you for making my afternoon go by very quickly and entertaining me, hopefully as much as I entertained you. We'll see y'all next time. Thank you.